Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The sound of the suitcase wheels scraping against the marble floor was the kind of sound you don't forget. It wasn't loud, but it carried weight. A sound that told me something was ending. Something that had taken 18 years to build. "Don't look at me like that, Anna," Daniel said, his voice calm in the way that only cowards mastered. "It's not forever. I just need a break." A break. The word echoed in the room like a gunshot. My mouth went dry and my pulse started to hammer. I blinked at him, my husband of nearly 2 decades, the man who had promised me forever, and tried to understand how a break could fit inside that promise. "You need a break," I repeated, tasting the bitterness in every syllable. "From what? From me? From our life?" He ran a hand through his hair, avoiding my eyes. "From everything. Work. The stress. I just need time to think." I could smell his cologne. Oak and citrus, and underneath it something foreign. A faint trace of vanilla. Feminine. New. I forced my voice to stay steady. "And where do you plan on thinking?" He hesitated just a second too long. "A hotel. Maybe the lake house." A lie. I knew it. The same way I knew when our daughter was pretending to be asleep. The same way I knew when Daniel used to surprise me with flowers because of guilt, not love. But I didn't stop him. Not yet. He kissed my forehead like a man leaving for a short business trip, then walked out the door, suitcase trailing behind him, leaving a trail of silence that felt like smoke after a fire. That night I couldn't sleep. The bed felt like an ocean, vast and cold, my hand reaching for a body that was no longer there. My mind ran loops of everything. His sudden distance, the locked phone, the late-night showers, the unexplained hotel receipts I'd found months ago and chosen to believe were for clients. I wanted to scream. Instead, I opened his laptop. Daniel wasn't stupid. He had deleted everything from his messages. But he wasn't meticulous either. I checked the browser history, found a synced Google account. My hands trembled as I scrolled through locations. One stood out, the Ashwood Inn, a boutique hotel by the coast. The last ping was from 7:42 p.m. I stared at the address, feeling something cold and electric rush through me. I didn't cry. I didn't even breathe. I just started the car. The Ashwood Inn was a small, glass-walled paradise overlooking the bay. The kind of place we used to stay in before life became about bills and routines. The receptionist smiled at me as I walked in. "Good evening, ma'am. Do you have a reservation?" "No," I said. "But my husband does. Daniel Carter." Her smile faltered slightly, and I saw the flicker of recognition, the kind that comes when someone realizes they're looking at the wrong woman. I leaned forward. "Can you tell me what room he's in?" "I'm sorry, ma'am, we can't disclose." "He's in room 214. A voice interrupted from behind me. A tall man in a gray suit stepped out from the hallway, holding a clipboard. "I'll handle this, Jenna." I turned toward him, my pulse racing. "And who are you?" "Manager. And I think I know what this is about." He glanced around, lowering his voice. "Your husband checked in with someone. A woman. I shouldn't be saying this, but you deserve to know." The room tilted slightly. I felt my throat tighten as I managed to whisper, "What's her name?" He hesitated. "Her name's Claire." Claire. His assistant. The one who always called him sir like it was a secret code. I thanked him quietly and walked toward the elevator. Every step felt like I was walking toward a mirror that was about to shatter. Room 214. The door was cracked open. I could hear laughter, hers light and honeyed, his low and familiar. My heart broke in slow motion as I pushed the door wider. He was sitting on the bed, shirt half buttoned, her head resting on his shoulder. A wine glass tilted in her hand. My ring, the one I'd given him on our 10th anniversary, sat on the nightstand beside hers. For a second he didn't even see me. Then he looked up and the color drained from his face. "Anna." Claire sat up, her expression shifting from surprise to guilt to something close to pity. I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I just stood there looking at the two of them. "So this is your break." "Anna, listen. Don't," I said quietly. "Don't insult me with another lie." He reached for me, but I stepped back. I looked at her, the young pretty assistant with perfect curls and soft hands that had never scrubbed a kitchen floor or sat up all night with a sick child. "Does your husband know?" I asked her. Her eyes widened. I'm not. Because I think he deserves to. Daniel's voice cracked. Anna, please. Don't make this ugly. I laughed then. The kind of laugh that sounds more like breaking glass. You made it ugly the moment you packed that suitcase. I left the room without looking back. But something inside me had shifted, something dangerous and alive. 3 days later, Daniel came home. He looked thinner, nervous, almost apologetic. He said the words every guilty man says. It was a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. It didn't mean anything. I let him say it all. Every sorry, every promise, every half-begged plea. Then I smiled and said, I forgive you. He exhaled with relief, his shoulders relaxing. You do? Yes, I said softly. I just need you to sign one thing. It's for the mortgage refinance. He signed without reading. He always did. The next morning the lawyer called him. The papers he'd signed weren't for refinancing. They were for property transfer. The house, the car, the accounts, all under my name now. When he confronted me, eyes blazing, I met his fury with calm. You said you needed a break. I just gave you one. A permanent one. He left that night with nothing but a suitcase. The same one he'd packed to run away with her. It's been 6 months. Sometimes I still wake up reaching for the space beside me, expecting warmth that's long gone. But then I remember the quiet peace that fills the house now. The freedom of breathing without waiting for lies. I see him sometimes. At the grocery store, the bank, driving that old truck he once said was too small for us. He looks smaller now too. And when our eyes meet, he looks away first. Because deep down he knows. I didn't lose him. He lost me.